Hey everybody, this video is going to be about using online scheduling in my office in Harmony Chiropractic Center that's located in the Toledo, Ohio area. Basically, we have patients that know about our ability to use texting, but we don't have a lot of patients that are actually using our online scheduling that we have available. So I wanted to do a quick video to basically kind of show people how to go through and register in order to be able to use it and how to be able to actually like log in and do the actual scheduling. So there's a couple of different ways to do it. You can do it through the website, and there's a website portal that you can go to and a separate website to actually do the scheduling, or there's an app to use. And the first thing that we're going to cover is the scheduling app, and that's actually what it's called. So things are available in both the App Store for iPhones, and things are also available in the Google Play Store for any of the Android phones. So you basically just go in and you'd click in and you'd type in scheduling app and search for it. And the second thing that pops up here is going to be what it looks like, again with the little calendar looking thing that is over here. You can see I can using this thing on my computer, so I can actually do a little bit of pointing if I want to. So I've obviously downloaded this before, so it's got the cloud that's here. So if I click on the cloud, it'll start to download. And obviously you'd have to, do whatever kind of verification that you would need to in order to actually get it to start. So once you get it there and you open it, it's going to want to send you notifications. It's not a bad idea to do. You can click on the notifications and deselect them in the app later if you want to, depending on how you want to get alerted to things. So I'm going to click allow. When it comes to this situation, basically it is going to be using a clinic ID in order to figure out and match up our specific office with the actual app. So if we go into this here, the actual code, and I'm going to type it, is TEEP. So it's TEEP and then TH is going to be how you actually get to it. And then once you go to that and you click continue, it'll pop up with this little terms of service agreement, and then it'll pop up with this screen that shows obviously my logo up at the top. It gives details on the clinic, and again located in Sylvania, Ohio specifically, and our phone number, right? So you click continue, and then you would, basically go through and you'd register. This is pretty simple. So you'd go in here, and I'm going to just use myself to make it easier. Apparently I can't spell. And I'll blur this part out for my phone number, or I will skip this or something. But and then you basically would go through and you would pick a password. You go through and you do the password twice. When you do the password twice, you click on request access token, and then you're going to end up getting a text message. You end up copying the code, go back in, you paste it, and then you continue. Now at this point, it's going to ask you to sync your appointments in with your calendar. Again, I think that this would be a good idea for people to do, because no matter what you have, like whether or not it's your phone calendar or you have a Google Calendar or whatever it is, you can actually sync your appointments that you have with our office when you schedule on your phone. I believe that it happens if you were to schedule in the office, that they will be on your phone as well, but don't hold me to that specifically. But I'm going to go ahead and hit enable sync, and Nutcracker is coming up. So We have that. So we're going to go through and we're going to allow the full access, and then you kind of go from there. Now from here, I'm going to go back to the back menu. This is a point where you can add dependents for scheduling, and I'm going to decline that for right now, and I will show a video on how to do that later. The things that I'm just going to show basically real quick here towards the bottom is there's a couple of different buttons to hit. The first one is what we're on, which is scheduling an appointment. The second one is going to end up being where there's the messages. So other than the text messages, you can also get text messages there. So it's pretty simple. This one, the third one over, is going to end up being for the clinic details. And the clinic details for this one, if you actually go through, you can hit the button and it'll pop up. Then you can actually just directly call the clinic through the app. So that's something that can be helpful for some people. And then there's a setting button and there's other things that you can go through and explore. But let's go back into the scheduling an appointment. So when it comes to scheduling an appointment, it's pretty easy. Basically, you go through and you click on the button up here at the top that says schedule appointment. When you go to that, now you have the appointment type that you have to pick. And I'll talk about this here in a second. There'll be more options, but if you look down here at the bottom, it says chiropractic adjustment only, and it says chiropractic and soft tissue treatment. So what we're going to do is we'll pick the chiropractic adjustment only. But what I can tell you is that, with this, it is kind of important to actually pick the right type of appointment, right? If you pick chiropractic adjustment only, I'm not going to end up having time to evaluate other problems that you might have. If you pick chiropractic adjustment only, I'm not going to have time to do different types of soft tissue treatment. So, again, you have to pick the things that are relevant. Another thing that we will have in the future is we'll have new problem. So if you have something that is a new problem, like if you've only had neck pain and then you started having low back pain, you can actually pick the new problem and you can add something and it'll give me a little bit of time to actually do a quick exam and a quick evaluation on whatever it is that you have that's going on, just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing and treating the right thing, and obviously from there. So, the one thing that I would just ask is that if anybody's using this and you go to, and if you have something that's a little bit more complicated, like an auto accident or an auto collision, or if you have a workplace injury, those are things that have a lot more things that need to be done with them. So with something like that, I would appreciate if you would try to call into the office in order to make sure that there's enough time that's scheduled for that. Okay. So, again, when we go through and we look at each of these different things, you have this chiropractic adjustment only that's click there. So what we'll do is we'll hit select date and time. So the next one that you're going to have is that you're going to have the ability to schedule the appointment. Now, depending on what's there and what's around, you can see what's available, right? So if you look on the 18th, these are the time slots that are available. If you look at the 21st, these are the time slots. And if you look at, again, you have each of these different things that are available in through here. If you go back and if you hit, again, the buttons, if you look on the arrow that's here, if you look on the buttons that are back and forth here, notice that there's nothing that is available for this coming week. Today is the 8th. That I'm doing this on December 8th, and next week there's nothing that's there. Even though these are all grayed out in through here, you'll notice that these are there because it is just listed. So if you click on the 13th, it'll pop up here in a second and it will say that there's no slots that are available. So you can send us a message if you want to really try. Sometimes we can squeeze you in, sometimes we can't. So it really depends on the situation that's there, right? So if I go back over here and I go to the 18th, and if I were to pick a time, we'll say that I'm going to pick the 12 o'clock time. This brings up the next screen where you can see that it gives you the day of the week, it gives you the date, and it gives you the time for the chiropractic adjustment, and then you have the opportunity to schedule the appointment. Again, this brings you back to that original screen that is at the bottom that's here. And again, you can see that you have that ability to click on the other buttons, but you also have the ability to go and schedule another appointment. So if I wanted to come in on another day and I had the 18th that was scheduled, but I also want to come in on the 21st, again, if I go back and if I say, okay, this time I want to do a soft tissue treatment, I'm going to pick the time, and again, the days that are available might change. So obviously, I already have one for the 18th here, so I'm going to go on the 21st, and I'm going to pick let's say, the 2 o'clock appointment that's there. Okay, so it'll tell you what it's for. Again, it'll tell you the time that's available, and it'll tell you that it's scheduled. Okay, so this is the provider that's there. It has the appointment, it has what the appointment type is there, and it has everything scheduled, and it tells you the approximate appointment links for each of those things. Now, obviously, these links are actually a little bit longer than what we would typically have them for just an adjustment, but we use that in order to kind of build in like buffers to make sure that we're not slamming people too much with all of this. So that is basically the app itself. The thing that's kind of fun about this is that you can actually do the same thing on the website. So I'm going to pull up the website that I have. So this here is my website. Again, it's the same kind of thing that what I would have from before. So if you go to our website, which is harmonychiro.com, again, it's Harmony Chiro and it's Chiro, then basically what you can do is you can go up in here to where it says schedule appointment or schedule now. There's a bunch of different little buttons that are here. But if you click on that, then it'll take you to our appointment screen. In this appointment screen that you have here, this first one is for a new patient. So anybody who wants to be a new patient, this is where they would schedule. And again, they could enter in their information and they could continue on through here. For people who are established patients, basically you scroll down, and when you scroll down, you'll see the link that we have here that is going to be where you can schedule here for an existing patient. So you'll click on this one, you can see that it takes you to another website. This website, when it takes you to here, if you can, it would have the exact same login screen or the registration screen of what we had before. So for this one, I'm going to use my phone number in order to fill out the field, and I'm going to have to obviously block this out again later. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to enter in my password. Okay. Now, again, you can reset password, you can do other kinds of stuff, but again, same kind of thing of what's here. I had just scheduled those other two things. Again, if I wanted to add dependents for scheduling, I could. It gives me the option again when I log in through here. But you can look at the bottom and you can see that these are the same buttons. It just has a third button that's here. I'm sorry, a fourth button that's here. A fifth button. Apparently, I can't read and count. But it has this last one, and this one is basically to log out. So again, it's the same kind of thing. You can go into each of these different appointments. For some of them, you can reschedule them if you need to, but it has some different options. So again, same kind of thing. If I wanted to go in and I'm going to select my appointment, for this one, I'm going to go back to chiropractic adjustment only. I already have the other two. Let's say I'm going to come in the next week and I want to come in on the 28th. And I want to do an 11:20, schedule that appointment, and then boom, I have all three of them that are here that are listed on my schedule. So this is something that we feel is pretty helpful. Hopefully you'll have the opportunity to take a look at it and see if you can get it set up. If you have any questions, obviously you can talk with us. This specific site that pops up here, if you want, you can obviously bookmark it. It wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. But that is basically about it. So if you need to, you can go to harmonychiro.com and click on that in order to do your scheduling. And if not, you can use the app. It's kind of up to you. So thanks for watching. Hopefully it'll be helpful for you.